Johnny Depp, the most emotional and unexpected love story. Johnny Depp has always been a figure of the fascination, not just for his iconic roles in the cinema, but for the vulnerability he carries off screen. Over the decades, audiences have been swept away by his mysterious charm, his rebellious spirit, and his ability to embody the characters that feel both fantastical and the heartbreakingly real. Yet behind the screen and behind the headlines, there lies another narrative, one far the more powerful than his filmography. It is a story of an unexpected love that touched his life and in the many ways saved him from the darkest of the days. This is Johnny Depp' most emotional and unexpected love story, a tale that reminds the world, even the most guarded hearts, that can find the healing. A man known for the chaos and passion. For the years, Johnny Depp has been a man caught between the artistic brilliance and the personal chaos. His rise to fame in the 90s transformed him into the Hollywood's ultimate outsiders turned superstar. But while the public celebrated and the collaborations, his roles in the film like the Edward Scissorhands in the Pirates of the Caribbean and Finding Neverland, Depp has often struggled with the weight of the fame. Relationships came and went, scandals followed him, and the media painted him as a complex figure, sometimes tortured, sometimes triumphant. And yet, beneath the layers of the rock star swagger and Hollywood mystery, there was always a man in the search of something simple, love that was real, and love that was enduring, and the love that unexpected and expected nothing in the return. For the Depp, who once admitted that love is the only true adventure worth having, the journey to find it would be a long and surprising. The unexpected spark. The most emotional love stories rarely begin with a fireworks. Instead, they begin in the silence, in moments that no notices until the looking back. Depp's unexpected love story began in just a way after enduring the years of the turbulence in his personal life and encountered someone who did not see him as the Johnny Depp, the superstar, but simply as a man who has endured storms. This person, whose name Johnny Depp has never spoken publicly, choosing instead to guard their identity, came into his life when the least expected it, at a time when the actor was more focused on surviving the noise around him than opening his heart. Fate seemed to intervene. This connection was not the forget or on the Hollywood's red carpets or through the glittering parties, but in the conversation, in the quiet conversation, shared laughter, and the moments of the vulnerability. Healing through the love. For Johnny Depp, this unexpected love became more than romance. It became a lifeline. He once described love as a mirror that showed you who are really are. This is a new chapter reflect back to him, man that has almost forgotten someone capable of kindness, warmth, and devotion. The beauty of the relationship lay in his simplicity. It was not about the fame, money, or the public validation. Instead, it was about listening, understanding, and offering a hand when the world felt too heavy. Through this love, Depp began to rebuild the part of himself that he had been fractured. The person by his side reminded that brokenness does not mean the end. It can be the beginning something even more profound. Why it was unexpected. What makes the love story so striking that it is the not defined it is defined expectations. Many assumes that the Johnny Depp with his legendary status and the larger than life persona would find love in equally dramatic ways. Grand gestures, high profile romances, and glittering the declarations. Instead, what he found was the intimacy in its purest form. The unexpectedness of it was not about those whose person was, but how the relationship unfolded. There was no need for the spectacle. Instead, there was a trust in the world where everything about the Depp was under the scrutiny, where he was one of the part of his life untouched by the cameras and the judgment that in itself was revolutionary, a love that redefined him. Those close to Johnny Depp has noticed that in the differences that love brought in his life, he seemed lighter, more grounded, more hopeful than before. For a man who had often been painted as the unpredictable, even volatile, love gave him the steadiness. It is softened and the edges of his pain and give him the reason to look forward. In the interviews, though he never explicitly named that person, he would sometimes allude to the improvement of the love. He spoke of how it can rescue you without you even realizing you are drowning. Many fans picked up on these subtle hints, recognizing that Johnny Depp's emotional love story was not a fantasy but about a very real part of his life. The lesson of his love story, Johnny Depp's most emotional and unexpected love story, is not just about two people. It is about the universal truth that love finds us that when least expected. His journey teaches us that love does not follow a script. It rarely comes when the plan for it, but when we need it the most. Healing is possible no matter how broken we feel. The right connection can remind us for our worth. Privacy is powerful. In the era where everything is public, protecting love can make it scared. Unexpected love is the truest kind. Because of it catches us off guard, it is often transforms us to the most. The world still waits. Even Johnny Depp keeps much of his love private. The world remains captivated. Fans often speculate, wondering who person is and when the actor might choose to share more openly, but in many ways the mysterious and the mystery adds to the beauty of the story. Some love stories are not meant to be dissected or expected. They are meant to be lived quietly, deeply, and authentically. For the Johnny Depp, who has given so much of himself to the public through his films and his artistry, perhaps his love story is the one thing he keeps for himself. And maybe that is the why he's so emotional, because it represents not the performance but the something deeply real. Concludedly, we can say that Johnny Depp's most emotional and the unexpected love story is not about the Hollywood fairy tales or the dramatic headlines. But it is about a man who, after the years of the chaos, found the solace in the love that surprised him. It is about healing the vulnerability and that quiet power of the connection. For someone who has lived much of his life under the spotlight, this love story shines brighter precisely because it exists in the shadows, untouched, pure, and profoundly human. In the end, Johnny Depp's journey reminds us that no matter how unpredictable life may be, love will always have the power to find us when the least expect it and when we need it the most. So, my dear friend, if you find this video as entertaining, then you have to do one thing. You have to subscribe my channel and also have to share the channel link with your friends and family. I wish you very best of luck and nice time ahead, and you should take care of yourself.